I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me.
Hello everybody, hope you all enjoyed the last video and hopefully you enjoyed this video too. Let's get straight into it, nothing else to say right now. Alright then, so the Steward Demonic Emperor, that is the name of the one novel we will be discussing today. Oh, should I say summarizing today? So the associated names are Magic Emperor and Magic Emperor Housekeeper, which I don't think most people even know about these names, but maybe, I'm not sure it's got a manual or whatever, but if it does then it might use some of these names. Anyway, the description, the genre, I'm gonna skip to action, adventure, fantasy, harem, martial arts, romance, shonen, supernatural, zanzi. The description: Zoro Yifan was the demon emperor. One day he managed to lay his hands on the ancient emperor's book, the 9 Serenity Secret Records. As the book was converted by many, he was started by experts and was even betrayed by his students. After his passing, his soul took over another's body, brought back to life in a body of a family servant named Zofan. Because of the regrets of the boy, which Zofan inherited, he was forced to serve the boy's mistress. Just how can he lead this descended family to the pinnacle of this continent? Find out in the next episode of The Steward Demonic Emperor. Alright then. I don't know what I was doing that voice just then, trying to sound cool, but it probably is going to sound very horrible when I hear the playback. The Steward Demonic Emperor. Our story starts with the MC on a platform and they will speak. As these cultivators, 7 flashes of light appear, and their cultivators too. They came with the intention to steal the 970s record, which is a cultivation technique that they all know is more powerful than the ones they cultivating. He realizes that the only person that knows here is his disciple. As such, he puts 2 together and realizes he's been betrayed. Plus, there are guardian ways around where he lives, so if someone comes in, he's alerted of their presence and can decide to confront them or escape. So obviously, his disciple does not want him to leave. I wonder why. His disciple says that he set him up because he did not share the 970s record with him. What he does not realize is that if he had cultivated the method, it would have led to his cultivation deviating, i.e. him going crazy and possibly becoming one of his puppet, or destroying his potential. After he started attacking his Zoe friend is annoyed, so he tries to take out his disciple, but he's blocked by one of the 7 cultivators. They're fighting, boom boom boom, maka maka, menebulu, kaka. He's whooping their ass at his power up, and is able to strike his disciple again. He's stopped spot by someone much stronger than him, who appeared out of nowhere and wants to answer this record. So our MC says no, and decides to self-destruct, while mocking the man by wrath and even as it strikes. Chapter ends with Zhao Yufan's disciple being worried that he may possess someone's body, but the man that just appears says that Zhao Yufan's soul has been destroyed and mocks that he can't possess anyone. Let's move on to the next novel, Gate of God. G.O.G. Gate of God is the second one novel that we'll talk about today. Genre: action, comedy, fantasy, harem, martial arts, zanzi. Description: this is a strange and inexplicable world. Mountains, water, stones, flowers, glass, trees, wood, the sun, moonlight, stars. All creation under the heavens and earth are sources of energy. In this world, there are the classics from the previous world, but there's a new addition, the Law of Tao. Fang Zhangzai was conflicted. I can obtain power from reading books. Should I read Tiao teaching first, or should I read the Art of Becoming Invisible? What's about Analects of Confucius, or the Golden Lotus? With the Law of Tao as its foundation, can Fang Zhangzai master the Tao of all creation and open the Gate of God? I like the way that the author approached this we'll give us this description, because the description is meant to draw your attention in it and make you want to read the web novel. And he wasn't like, the stereotypical like, I was betrayed by my closest friends or whatever, yada 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 yada. Now I've gone to a different world, or I was betrayed by my closest friends and now I'm gone back in time. I'll get revenge or whatever, yada yada yada. And gain strength. Obviously the character's going to gain strength, Fang Zhangzai, but just the way that he went about it. Yeah, I like that. Alright then, let's get into the summary of this. I just realized I've not said let's get into the summary for this for like the past few what novels. Gates of God. Enter Fang Zhangzai, our 20-year-old MC, who was reincarnated into the body of a 6-year-old in another world.
He's sitting in his fire-palm chicken, but as he's doing so, he's caught by a little girl who calls him chicken thief. I wonder why. At first he was scared, since he knows he can't win against an adult, so when he found out it's because of a girl, he changed his attitude and tells her to scam her, and if not, he will beat her up. Like, this guy must have fought equal rights, equal fights, as his muscle when it comes to women. The little girl named Chi Guyan takes it as a challenge and attacks him, and he dodges her attack. When he looks back, he realizes that there was a fish-shaped hole in the rock he was just sitting on. He puts two and two together and makes a great plan to fly. Chi Guyan decides not to chase him and start eating the chicken. By the way, she's 5 years old and he's 6 years old. As she's enjoying the chicken, which of course, chicken's nice. This was seasoned with all spices. He comes back and kicks her butt, waiting to her falling in the river, and takes the chicken back. This guy is petty, Petty, with a capital P. He was like, this guy's petty. He was like, not today. I spent a lot of time sitting like that chicken. As Jigan gets out the water, her personal maid, servant and guards appear and asking if she's okay and for forgiveness. She ignores them and asks what is in the direction that Frank Sensi went in. And you thought Frank Sensi was petty. This girl tried giving it to petty. Once she receives an answer from her maid, she decides to go to our MC's village and set up an exam for those between 6 and 8. And as you can infer, if you can't, she's gone to the MC's village under the pretense of the exam. And that's the chapter, and that's how the chapter ends. As you guys can see, there's a comedy tag. So you guys are probably a bit confused right now. Which you just got as I was making this, I got my new mind just came, so I'm just trying that out right now. Let's get into the next web novel, Age of Adept.
AOA. Yeah, that one sounds good as GOG, but AOA. So Age of Adapts. Genre: action, adventure, fantasy, horror, mature, mystery, seinen, supernatural, tragedy, so on. Description: a data-loving young man from Earth has an accident which transports him to a dark land filled with terrifying creatures and magical powers. Fortunately for him, he has a biological assistance chip, so BAC, to ease his path. However, things in this bizarre and strange world are not always as they seem, and though it is a tremendous asset, the chip doesn't always work as expected. With all of the crazy creatures and magical mayhem around him, one can only wonder what the future holds for this young man. ... Alright then, let's get into the summary for this, because I don't need to always give my opinion on the description, because some of it is just like self-explanatory, and I must give my opinion on the summary where I just go over the first chapter. Like for most of these, as I said before in past videos, I only go over the first chapter, and I think it's not enough information. I might go to chapter 2 and chapter 3, but most of the time I just leave on chapter 1, because I don't want to like give you guys too much information from like several chapters, and you guys might be like, oh, you gave me too much, I don't really feel like reading it. But if I only give you the first chapter, and you guys will be like, okay, that's pretty interesting. Oh, that happened in only one chapter? Cool, I'll try it myself. You guys get the gist. Alright, then let's get into the summary.
Age of Adepts. Where the same set, BAC, aka biological assistance chip, has just been released, and it makes their activity more efficient. The BAC is embedded into a person's DNA to prevent issues such as the chip taking over the user. The first generation chip possesses an incomplete working artificial intelligence. Our MC Lee's one is one of the lucky 50,000 to be chosen to possess the first batch of BACs. The BAC is not something that has to be implanted, but is a white orb that can be consumed. After waiting a bit for the white orb to disintegrate, not disintegrate, but to dissolve into its body and become a part of Wilson's DNA. The chapter ends with Wilson trying to use the BSC on the World Information Network, aka online. Well, that's how, on the internet, that's how I interpreted it. I might be wrong. However, the data was too much for the BSC to process, and its consciousness is swallowed, aka he's been turned into a pack. Okay then, let's get on to the next novel, Advent of the Archmage. Boom, boom, boom.
AOTA, nah, it's not working, I only try it when it's like something like GOG or something like free characters or free writers. Alright then, so genre: action, adventure, fantasy, horror, supernatural, tragedy. Description: Link was the top archmage in the entire server. He had just defeated the strongest boss, the Lord of the Deep, Nozama, with his party. However, instead of going back to town, he was transported to a secret location with pixelated CG. It sort of felt like a vacuum, and within it came a glorious and commanding voice that calls himself the God of Light. Link, would you be willing to be the saviour who will pull the world of firewomen out from the churning abyss? What a mission! If it was in the real world, Link would have rejected it immediately. However, he was bent on being a hero in the game. Bring it on, Link answered confidently. Then best of luck. And so begins Link's journey of magic, friendship, betrayal, love, and despair in the ever-changing world of firewomen. Okay. It seems that he from the fact that it said that if it was the real world he would reject it, but in the game he would accept it. It seems that he's someone that likes taking risks, but without the disadvantages of risks. For example, if someone says you want to be a millionaire, you need to do this, this, and this, and this. He sacrificed time. He's willing to be a millionaire, but he's not willing to he's not willing to accept the disadvantages. Which fair enough. Nobody wants to spend lots of hours just doing something and knowing that it might not work out. It's understandable. Let's get into the summary for this then.
Advent of the Archmage. Enter our MC Link, who has been transmitted into the game world of Firewomen, which is in the game Legend. Link was fighting ultimate boss Nomenclature in the game. It started off with him and 109 players, but they all got turned into packs. Yep, Nomenclature smoking on this 109 player pack. The battle ended with Link defeating Nomenclature after they both used the same technique, Fingers of Death. Both of them die, and while Link is waiting for his avatar to resurrect, he enters into a different dimension, meets a god of a different world, who asks him to save his world as his powers have weakened. Our MC, feeling good after he just beat the ultimate boss, accepts and gets transported into the world which is in the game Legend. Memories flood into Link, and he realizes that the story of the world he's in is the same as the games. He knows that in an hour's time there will be a massacre by the Dark Elves, and is thinking of how to save himself. While he's thinking, this grown number appears in his head, and he figures out that they are Omni Points, which the god gave him to improve his strength. The god gives him missions in which he receives Omni Points, and they can be used to change the body, stats, and also to purchase spells. Link is deciding on which spells to purchase, and decides on 4 level 0 spells, which are Fireball, Earth Spike, Less Invisibility, and Slumber. He decides to purchase mana so he can use the spells. The chapter ends with Link planning to escape during the chaos, or should I say, during the attack, and getting to make himself stronger. Alright, then let's move on to the next level, Transcendent Vision.
Transcendent Vision. Genre, action, drama, edgy, fantasy, harem, mature, supernatural. Description. Zile, I was calling XL, yeah, XL. Zile, or XL, whose parents were no longer around, had to work hard to support himself and his sister. One day he got into an accident at work, which burned his left eye. After he woke in a hospital bed, he discovered that his eye was not blind. It gained abilities. Now, he's using these abilities to light the lungs and make a better life for himself and others. Will Zile trump over the corrupt and privileged with his newfound power? Find out. And yes, I'm going to say it again. Find out in the next episode of Transcendent Vision.
Transcendent Vision. So this is how it starts. Our MC is hit in the eye by an electric equipment. He wakes up in the hospital and sees his friend. His friend tells him that his eye may heal, and obviously our MC doesn't want to hear that and says, "What do you mean by may?" While he hesitates to explain, our MC, Zile's boss, comes in and complains that he ruined several equipment. Zile is angry as he thought his boss was there to check on him, but he's instead putting him down. That's 3 hours, and it's only halfway through the novel. I thought I'll buy Zile. The boss says that him paying the hospital fee, him paying hospital discharge is compensation for Zile having his eye injured and having a 90% chance to go blind, according to his friend. He was informed by the doctors. Zile throws a glass of water at his boss's head, and the boss is wet and bleeding. He tells the lackeys to attack Zile and Mao Zuan. And Mao Zuan, I was calling Ma, is Zile's friend, the one I was talking to. Ma, being the good friend he is, defends Zile until a nurse comes in and calls for security. And the boss and his lackeys leave since obviously they don't get in trouble with the security. So Zoe and Mark stay together until night, then Mark leaves, and Zoe presses the button for help, but gets ignored. That's fat all, I feel for him. He's been done day, and then he decides to deal with the pain, and he decides to deal with the pain, and just, hold it out. But his eyes itchy, and it's a sign of healing. He gets suspicious, as it's supposed to be healing during the day rather than at night. As such, he decides to take off the bandage, and is shocked that he can see through the white instruments that covers his left eye. It should make it impossible for him to see. That's why he's shocked. Thank you everyone for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out. It's been Mr. Webnvel.